Peace family. Back again with you with a new video, and last I had to take some videos out because the sound was not good, and not really know why it happened, but c'est la vie, I guess. I wanted to show you guys something to do with the so-called CESTUKV Act. Now I'm saying a summary of the so-called CESTUKV Act. I already explained to you guys that the whole Catholic Church, the whole Rome, Vatican, runs the whole thing, you know what I'm saying? In case you're still asleep. Everybody seems to know this. Okay, so they wrote the whole script, what happens in this realm, you know what I'm saying, what you get, what you don't, what your rights are, and everything else. They've been changing laws gradually, basically, according to the page that I've been reading, and minute by minute they took away all our rights and created this road that nobody really knows. Yeah, is run by who or what, but is the road that they created for you, And in the summary of the CESTUKV, the CESTUKV Act, it established that people are babies, incompetent and unable to manage their own lives, so they are basically lost. In the law of define more specifically that people are lost beyond the sea. Okay? In this way, the human being with legal personality is incorporated into civil law, and in turn within the administrative law. Okay? In this way, the human being with legal personality is incorporated into civil law, and in turn within the administrative law. Sada. The interesting thing is that people are not clearly informed about this legislation. It is established that the state will temporarily take over the land rented by these people as a trust until news of them is heard. They declare that they are mature, capable of not being lost at sea. If after 7 years the person does not prove to be alive, the lands automatically return to the state. In short, the state of London has taken custody of all, and the property is in a trust. The state has become the administrator, administering all titles to the people and things until a living man returns to claim those titles. According to UCC 1 reporting methodology, community law, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna have to stop now, man. This is grave. It's all the Vatican scripts, you know what I'm saying? And it's all set in law, and that's how they rule this place. It's not like, he says London, but it's every other city is the same thing. Okay? And that's why they gave you passports, they gave you citizenship, you know what I'm saying? And it seems that you can't do nothing without these things that they gave you. I just went somewhere, and there were a lot of places, you know what I'm saying? Like they had food of almost every country, but damn, you couldn't buy no food if you didn't have a credit card. How do you feel about that? What do you think? Hmm? In this law you have no rights, and your boss, Yahweh, is the banker. Who do you think the judge is? The judge are the bankers. Because they own all the old stuff that you believe and you worship. Therefore is your master, is Yahweh. Understand that? Of course they're not going to tell you that, but that's how the system is set up. Like if you happen to go to court and you have a judge, that's how what's going to be. He's going to decide what happens in there. It doesn't matter really what you think. It doesn't really matter the proceedings. It doesn't matter really if you right or wrong. He is the ultimate guy that will decide what happens in there. The banker is the ultimate, and if it's business, it will be the landowner will be the judge and will decide whatever happens in there. But if you're religious or civilian, then you're under admiralty law, you are their property basically, according to them, and their statutes. That's how these are the real so-called commandments of law that you need to learn. And they tell you that if you don't claim no land, then you are supposed to be dead. You're a dead entity. That's what they say. People. Until you claim that land from them, then you are reported to be dead. And they're not going to do that, and they don't want to do that because they believe Jesus and Yahweh are coming to give them freedom. Their freedom don't depend on their land. Yeah, and the ability to get their lands back and will themselves, and their freedom depends on some entity, some deity. They explain to you guys. It's been all prefabricated by them and everything. So I'm not gonna keep you guys in this video for too long. Maybe it's just 10-minute video. I want to tell you this stuff, what I'm saying. And the church is the responsible for all this stuff. They have all the law over there with acts and everything. I could be reading the whole thing, but it's a long time reading. You know what I'm saying? Those pages too long. You know what I'm saying? And it's full of information about who you are and what your position is in this system. Since I just caught up something since 1990, under the United Nations and the World Health Organization's WHO Convention on the Rights of the Child, the system of issuing birth certificates as proof of man or woman being a permanent member of the marginal class has become international system. Boom. Boom. It's now an international system. That's why, everywhere you go, they want you got a passport. If you don't have a passport, you can't prove your identity. Yeah. Motherfucker is in the whole system. They know him, they know where he lives, they know he paid bills since he was born and everything. I mean, since he's in, in that place and everything, and but you go somewhere and want to do something, you can't prove his ID. Like, if he's got his social security number, they said that's not an ID. Then, if he has, unless he has like driving license, they claim it could be used as an ID. Yeah, if you have bank card, if you have an account in the bank, then it can be used as an ID. Or if you have a passport, then if you don't have these three things in this system that they create, then you don't exist. Okay? These are the three things that they don't let you go nowhere. 6666, mark the beast. You know what I'm saying? They won't let you go nowhere or do no business with this thing. So, yeah, I don't think, even the people that are waking up, you know what I'm saying? You have to understand how far we're still from where we're supposed to be. Because even if you're doing a business, you're still in the beast system, because you have to, you can't move without these three things. Yeah, there are other ways that I've been learning, but mainly, and 99.9% of people, that's what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? So, that's it, man. This is just a video for you guys to make you guys think about the law of the land and why you have no land and how they took your land and all of that, and they got this thing there. But they tell you, if you claim land, they have to give you back. You know what I'm saying? But you have to be alive to do that. You cannot be a humanoid person. I don't think so. Civilian humanoid persons have no rights, as the reading goes. Okay, an official passport is issued to a person traveling abroad on official public business. This may include all local administrative officials and military officers traveling in an official capacity. It usually has a different color than normal passport. Okay, I didn't want to read that really, because they have official passports, they have diplomatic passports, they have ordinary and regular passports. What do they say about that? An ordinary or regular passport is issued to citizens, people, for occasional travel, such as vacations and business trips. So is a permission from your, what passport is a permission to the peasant to be able to move and to travel. It's not free, there is no freedom of movement like they preach to you in these churches. See that? See why Yahweh is a deceiver? You don't have no freedom of movement. They tell you, you have freedom of movement. Really? Try to buy a ticket, go somewhere without a passport. An ordinary passport is issued by any country, territory or organization, and is used by the passport holder to cross an international border. And you have to pay, of course, for this passport. You don't just order it by post and not pay money. Gotta pay fees and other stuff to them to issue you this passport. And they giving you permission. It's they giving you, and you have to pay for that. It is classified as type P passport. And the P stands for personal. We know it stands for peasant. Fella. So that's the game that you have to understand. How they have this gate, and you can go outside of this gate. And because if you go outside of this gate, you will be free. You will need a passport to travel. You know the difference of that? This means they wouldn't be stamping your passport and knowing where you're going, where you're coming, what you're doing. Because this is all this is about, is telling them what you're doing. Because everything you do go with the beast number, number of the beast that they gave you in the passport, that's gonna show up there, is in the computer, Computer know. They even give you expiry dates. You have to keep. It's not like they give you the passport for life. Every every 5-10 years you gotta go back to renew it. You gotta pay. You gotta go to the queue. You got they remember you that you're just a slave. That's what it's all about. It's not a. But when you're dumb and you're eating McDonald's, chicken, you know what I'm saying, hamburgers, and all that crap, drinking soda, you know what I'm saying, that's what's going to happen. You're going to be there and not even know. It's like when you put a frog boiling, you know what I'm saying. That's because, I had wicked boys doing that. And you put the frog boiling. From when the water is cold, the frog doesn't feel nothing, and then the water is getting hotter and hotter and hotter, and he's still there. He doesn't move until he's boiling, and it's too late. So this is the same thing they do to these people. They put them in this water, they give them religion, they give them Jesus, they give them all that crap. Yep, these Israelites, they're still out there lying their asses that they have a God. I already explained to you, they have nothing. You know what I'm saying? All they have is trouble. Ignorance, trouble, and more trouble, and their God coming to destroy them every day. You know what I'm saying? With papal bulls. That's what their law is. Where is Yahweh? Yahweh is the Church of Rome. But these dudes don't learn. Yeah, the whole information is on Google. I don't want to show these images, man, because they probably will delete the videos, man. I'm telling you. But everything is there, telling you about all that system, all that law that they do and everything. And what's your position in the game and everything. But when you're dosed and juiced, you're not going to look for these things. You know what I'm saying? All you're going to do is jump from leader to leader, thinking they're going to take you out of this. There's no way they can take you out of this. This needs a lot of energy that you don't have the capability and the capacity of brain and organization to do this. Okay? Because this is super engineered. All these passports in all these countries, people have a passport, they're all citizens, they all beep, project. They say personal. No, it's personal, it's project. You are project. That's why you have a passport. Peasant, project, slave. You know what I'm saying? So, that's all, man. I'm gonna keep it short. And love you all. Keep the instructions. Peace.
I have taught you many ways to kill a mortal, Kratos. Flesh that burns, bones that break. But to break a man's spirit is to truly destroy him.
I still have allies in Olympus, Ares. Now, you will see how strong I am.